Abandoned long ago by the rest of the country, G.S.C is run by gears, faction of people who are banded together for protection to barter for resources and of course to satisfy their needs. Everything is settled on the road behind the wheel. Without a gear, you're subject to random shakedowns. You can't barter for parts or hire anyone reputable to fix up your car. It's a suicide drive solo. Only one racer who goes on gearless, the ghost driver. Let's see. Hopefully the audio's not too loud, if there is any. He lives in the outskirts of the city when the desert encroaches on the streets. The gearless neighborhoods are full of scavengers, lost souls, and cops pretending to be something else. Quality parts are hard to come by for everyone except the ghost driver, who seems to have no problem maintaining his car. No one is quite sure how he manages to live without the resources or protection of a gear, but no one is able or willing to track him down to ask. Even if they did, he wouldn't answer. The ghost driver never speaks. Okay. Oh, there's some audio. Hearts never has much in the way of parts or customers. We're a Hearts body shop. But the single mechanic who runs the place can diagnose just about any problem in the engine. You again. Heart face falls as the ghost driver slips into a shop, nearly avoiding setting off the bells on the door. The episode is cramped. Through the shelves, the cabinets are all empty. Although Hart never seems to enjoy the sight of his only regular customer, but he never kicks the helmet inspector out either. They share one-sided language that passes for communication. Just when I thought you'd finally scared off the last of my customers, someone rang my bell this morning. I got all excited, dusted my coveralls off. You know what happened? The guy told me he's looking for you. Hart's eyes go dull as pool of metal. I'm not your delivery boy, you know. Never comes closer, no reaction to be found on the sleek surface of his helmet. Hart extends a piece of paper with a rusted look on his face. Beginning the fight outside my shop. The message is short. Yeah, price is a prize if you're interested in a trade. I'll wait for you next to Hearts on Tuesday night at 3 a.m. Doll. Okay. Jared turns back to Hart, holding the note up in 2 fingers. Hart groans. Look, I'm not one to tell you your business, but this guy is from Lightning Gear. I wouldn't mess with one of Luck's boys, even if the deal's legit, and that's a big. If you know, it'll come with strings. Jared pockets the note as Hart shuffles behind the counter for more coffee. That's in a trade with Chrome Gear, Hart says, adding with a scoff. They'll even those circus freaks are less likely to pull one over you than Luck's gang will. Can't trust any of those lightning rods, no matter how pretty they are. He gives the driver a long look over the rim of his old coffee. You can leave the car with me, but I'm not letting you stay here again. Driver only stares back toward his helmet, not moving an inch. Hart fidgets in the face that featureless black visor, finally lets his breath out in a huff. Fine, you can have the cot. Just don't be up all night. Okay, that was easy. Outside Hart's body shop, 3 a.m. Stepping out of the back door, Hart's Jared finds himself in the darkened alleys behind a set of massive dumpsters. His footsteps the only sound in the middle of the night. As he draws closer to the side of the street that connects to the main road, there is the sound of someone letting out a long, shaky breath, and the smell of smoke just beginning to curl under the driver's helmet. Near street lamp is barely enough to illuminate the brick walls. Posters for the upcoming qualifiers at the G.S.C. International Circuit, and the tall shape of a man leaning against the corner of the building, sitting in a ring of discarded cigarette butts. The driver helmet tilts down as he gives his collar a once-over, slowly taking in the thick trunks of his legs dotted with freckles. The dark curls of his hair covering him head to toe. Generous width of his chest beneath the muscle shirt, and his bare arms held loose at his sides. A wreath of his loose brown curls framed a handsome face dusted with stubble, but his bearded eyes seemed to have lost their spark. "Are you the ghost?" he asked, fishing in his pocket for another cigarette. "Sounds too tired to be impressed." "You're late, so I wasn't sure. All you drivers usually love to get everywhere first." The driver tilts his cigarette, not a cigarette, but his head. Edges of doll's mouth show the bearer's curve of a smile, and he lowers the unlit cigarette to reach out with his other hand. Call me doll. Okay. Let's see. The jar pulls out a small silver lighter from his jacket pocket. Doll's eyes seem to warm up a little. With a cigarette in his mouth, foregoing the handshake to let the driver light him up. While Doll fills his lungs, Driver gets a better look at him. Well-worn sleeveless shirt suits the bulk of his arms and chest. Little suit lightning gears taste. Doll isn't nearly as shiny or loud as the rest of them. Maybe this boy knows better than to fall for lightning looks flash. The heel of Doll's workout boots begins to bounce on the ground with nervous energy. Takes another drag of his cigarette while the driver reaches for Doll's empty hand, spreading his fingers open wide, revealing soft palms. Doll's gaze flicks down to his hands and back to the helmet. A trifle what it's worth. But sitting from luck is almost as hard as beating him in a race. And if I get Brandon the thief, I'm kind of fucked. This side of the deflated laugh, while Gyra slowly traces over the very tip of Doll's middle finger. Really you, right? Doll asks quietly, his body going still once more. The only Gyra who's ever beaten Luck. Or Luke. Gil crowds Doll's face, darkening his eyes, and he hugs his arms tight to his chest. Meaning him to myself, he mumbles, dropping his gaze. Sorry, I should probably tell you, I'm one of Luke's toys. So I heard about you. He waits as though expecting the Gyra to react. Whatever it is he's looking for, he doesn't get it. I know I have everything I could ever want in lightning gear, but well, I want out. Okay. We don't have to, that does with us. Has to do with us, but sure. The Gyra tilts his head, and that's all Doll needs to start spilling his guts. Luke, for a while, long to see the other toys come and go. I know what he's after, and it scares me. Gyra inclines his helmet toward the wall, where a recruiting poster for mass gear grows off the bricks. Try to join others, Doll pleads. Everyone's too scared to piss off Luke. They know if they challenge him for me, throughout the race on this course in the tunnel, none of them think they can beat them, or maybe they do, and they just don't think I'm worth the risk. It's not his car that I break down there. He will get hurt racing Luke. I can't blame them. Doll asks whenever I laugh. I'm not good for much. Can't race, can't build. I only have a mind body. Let's be honest. Bodies are easy enough to find. Doll pushes away from the wall, facing the Gyra with strained shoulders and desperate eyes. There's talk in the streets. Doll's voice slowly speeds up as he speaks. Whispers from people wondering if you're going to start your own gear challenge for control. I'll challenge him for control of the city. If it's parts you want, I'll steal them. If it's me, well, I'm yours. Gladly be your toy instead. I just don't want to be Luke's lap. In Luke's lap when this all goes south. When he talks, I just... Practically blurred at the edges, his emotions barely contained by his body when he makes an effort to calm down again. Please, I know I'm not much, but you're only driver in the city who stands a chance against him. I know the stakes of a race like that. Doll's face flushes in the dim glow of the street lamp. He returns to lean against the brick wall. Relaxing his posture again in an attempt to compose himself is not quite working. I don't know. Derek steps between Doll's legs, planting his hands on the bricks on either side of the Doll's chest. It makes a difference in their height, feel inconsequential as Doll stares at his own reflection in the Gyra's oblique visor. Lips quirk in amusement as the Gyra leans his hips up against the front of Doll's shorts, holding a cigarette back to his lips. Take it back here quick. Okay. Let's see. I'll let y'all read that for a second, because I'm not going to read all of it. And then also, we should take the visor off. This is the cast. It's like we have an actual solid visor the whole time. You've seen him right down there. And then Lightning is a fucking lunatic. Possible to know if this is attracted by Luke, a real offer from his fed-up toy, but one thing is true, Doll looks desperate enough to try something reckless. After we get going, Doll says, pushing off from the wall. He'll notice if I wait for too long. If we do challenge him, you don't have to do it for me, but if you do, I'll happily go with you. Doll takes one more drag from his cigarette before stubbing it out on the pavement and wrist crush into the heel of his boot. So he's changing. Doll murmurs as he walks down the darkened alley. Luke isn't the same man he used to be. Okay. Alright. Everyone knows where Luke holds court. Leader of Lightning Gear has no reason to hide his face, so he always had his favorite club, Lucky Strike Club. Wow. Dara follows the line of cars and he will making their way down the side street to the parking lot behind Lucky Strike, where music booms loud enough to drown out everyone's thoughts. When Luke took over this neighborhood, he also took over the alleys and the streets and the businesses. Even the tunnel that now connects to his backyard to the airport belongs to him. They say that's how he gets all the choice parts, but Lightning Gear isn't keen on spilling their secrets. Crowd seems to sense the incoming challenge. The gyro cuts through the throng of bodies to approach the king of G.S.C. in his own home. There are whispers in the crowd about this gyro with no gear, ran into his back or his helmet. Looks gearless, they say, but is it him? Gyro doesn't break stride until he is standing in front of his mark, waiting to catch Luke's gaze from within the tangle of limbs. Oh. Okay. It is that deep. Lightning Luke is quite settled on his throne, surrounded by his toys. He doesn't even acknowledge the gyro until someone whispers in his ear, directing Luke's gaze onto the gyro's black visor. Well. Luke's eyes seem to pierce through the driver's helmet. Someone come to challenge me? Where is he from? One of Luke's toys members in his ear. He looks gearless to me. Luke's brows jump up and a grin erupts onto his face. I think we've got ourselves a ghost. That's what they call you nowadays, isn't it? Luke's pleased by the driver's arrival, hopping onto the ground and hooking his arm around Doll's waist. I used to know him by a different name, Luke tells Doll, but no one seems to remember what it is. Isn't that funny? More whispers ripple to the crowd. Letting Luke gives a wide smile, flaunting the scar that cuts across his lips. Can anyone hear it tell me this driver's name? He calls out over the music, pointing at the ghost driver. The crowd answers him with silence. Grinning, Luke asks next, what about my name? Woo! Okay. Crowd roars its answer, drowning out the music for a moment until the only thing that can be heard is Luke's name. Luke's smile has gone wild, his eyes full of sparks, and he looks back at the driver like a crack in his windshield. What you want to do? Nobody. Let's not put out Doll just yet. Nero pulls out his keys and Luke's eyes flash. You want to challenge me to a race? Luke asks. You know the rules, Ghost. The rules of drag racing. Hopefully I don't have to actually... Yeah, but we'll see. Anyone can challenge the leader of a gear to a race. The challenger makes a demand. The opponent sets the terms. The opponent can always decline the race at the cost of their reputation. If a toy is on the line, the winner must claim their toy in front of their gear to officially finish the race. Shock ripples through the crowd, now pressing in closer to watch, and thunderous whispers follow after. Luke's expression is a mask of smug calm, but deep in those eyes there's a shimmer of mischief. Luke slides his hands up Baby Doll's side, finger disappearing under the edge of the sleeveless shirt. You just want to watch me play with my toy, we can skip the race, Luke says. Baby Doll blushes, turning his face away with a whisper. Okay. Driver takes a step closer, twirling his keys on his finger. When Luke turns back to the driver, the smallest twitch of his scarred lip betrays a little of his impatience. Sidling behind Baby Doll, Luke slips his entire hand underneath Baby Doll's muscle shirt, drawing a gas from his toy. How many times have I lost a race this year, Doll? Luke asks, glaring at the driver over Baby Doll's shoulder. None, Baby Doll answers. How many times did I lose last year? Luke asked, his other hand disappearing under the thin fabric. None. Of course, they're all going to say. It was all pants, both of Luke's hands creating sharp ridges, shape of his knuckles beneath his t-shirt. Near before that. We get it. Never lost. We get it. You just haven't lost. Satisfied, Luke pulled his hands back and approached the driver, staring down his nose at the surface of that shiny black helmet. You're gonna erase me, Ghost? Jared doesn't pull away, and Luke doesn't hesitate. My course. Hope our tank is full. We race tonight. The crowd erupts into excited cheering and hollering like lightning crackling through the ranks. It is time. Ooh. Alright. Both cars got up beside each other. Noses perfectly aligned with the starting line. Luke glances over from behind the wheel of his prized possession. His long hair now in a tight bun. The back of his head. He looks like he's enjoying the view from his imported car, several inches taller than the driver. Rumor has it Luke purposely picks his car to make sure he drives the opposite build of his opponents. Just look them in the eye like this before each race with no empty passenger seat in the way. All stands on the starting line. Okay, you two acknowledge each other. But when the driver rolls down his window to hold out his arm, Luke grins. He takes the driver's hand, holding his body closer so that the two of them can meet in the middle between their two cars. Luke's excited breath fogs up the front of the driver's helmet. You know it's not too late to change the stakes of the race. You got my attention, Ghost. You sure you don't want to join up with us? Dara holds Luke's gaze through the visor. Maybe you want to be my new toy. Luke's low voice slips into the driver's helmet like fumes from an engine. I got a collar that fits you. I'm happy to put you in your place without wasting any fuel. Gyro squeezes Luke's hand tight and lets him go. Luke's laughter fills the air as the gyro settles back into his car. One of Luke's boys hands baby doll a flag so he can signal the start of the race. Gyro heart races, blood rushing through his veins, catching quick like gasoline. The rest of the world is fading from view, nothing but the race ahead. His fingers grip the wheel. Moments before the flag comes down, his gaze flicks away from the road. He knows better than to get distracted before he hits the gas, but he can't help himself. Should I be stubborn or angry? Should I be stubborn or angry? Should I be angry or stubborn? I don't know. Anger? No. Anger? Gyro's angry. Takes one last look at his opponent settled on his throne. A smile torn across Luke's face is wrong. Luke catches the driver's gaze. A wild spark goes off, mutating that smile to a distorted mass of adrenaline. He wants this badly enough to let it show. The driver can't look away. He doesn't want to, even when it starts to burn. Won't it feel good to wipe that smile off of his face? Feet poised, two hands tied on the wheel, the ghost driver inhales, waiting. Okay, thank God we don't have to actually... Yeah. Alright. Baby doll snaps the flag down and both cars take off. The speed presses into the driver's chest with two hands as all of Luke's crew follows after them toward the finish line. The driver's fingers tightening in his gloves as his gaze flicks between the dash, the road, and Luke's car beside him. He is neck and neck with Lightning Luke as their cars enter the tunnel. And off the end of the tunnel is the finish line. It'll be over in a blink. When they try something, it's now or never. I don't know if we should do that. But I'm not about to lose this, so. He ran into his car. The driver veers to the side of Luke's boxy car with a jolt, pulling the first Luke into the wall, slow him down. But his car is so much bigger than the driver's, it barely moves out of place. Luke was laughing like a wild animal in the driver's seat as he spins his wheel and slams right back into the driver's car. Sounds horrible, everything shuddering as the driver fights against the press of Luke's car and the steering wheel in his hand. Inch by inch, Luke focuses the driver's car close to the wall of the tunnel. The driver can barely keep from losing control of his car, let alone push back and regain his footing. It takes his full focus not to get churned up in Luke's undertow or smash into the sides of the tunnel going fast enough to risk killing them both. The driver finally manages to put distance between him and Luke again at the cost of his speed. This will come down to the second. If we don't win, I'm just going back back to that option. The two cars tear across the finish line, neither one bothering to brake until they're sure they clear the tunnel in full. The guy crowd at the mouth of the tunnel bursts into motion. Driver hardly notices. The race is over, but the driver looks over to see Luke staring back. Nothing but miles empty road in front of them. For a moment, it seems like they will both just keep driving until something or someone gets in their way. Driver's hands twitches on the gear shift, watching Luke's strange, unblinking gaze in the other car. But they need to know who won. Two of them come to a begrudgingly slow stop. Bird turning back around to meet the crowd, waiting for them. The second the driver gets out of the car, the outcome is obvious. No. No. That's, yeah. We're gonna stay in our lane. No. I'm pretty sure we lost, so we'll see. The driver avoids the temptation to ram the Luke's car. The difference in their models is clear as day. Luke's car is built much sturdier. The racer has their strong suit. The ghost driver's car was built for speed, not to win a game of a chicken between concrete walls, and a car twice as big as his. The tunnel lights wink by hypnotic intervals. They scream down the road. The driver grips the wheel, not allowing himself to get distracted by the other car or the driver he used to know. The man with a scar on his lip may as well be a stranger, but there is one thing the driver will never forget. His mind pulls ahead of his body, his feet practically numb on the pedals. Nothing else matters right now except the finish line. This will come down to the second. The two cars tear across the finish line, neither one bothering to brake until they reach the tunnel of full. Yeah. Landing gear cheers the house for their king, a storm letting loose to welcome Luke back. Undefeated, no one lingers near the screen displaying the finish times. None of Luke's boys want to dwell on just how very close the ghost came to breaking Luke's undefeated streak. It doesn't matter, a loss is a loss. We still lost. Luke approaches Ghost with newfound energy, lording every inch he has over the ghost driver as if winning the race made him even taller. He closes the gap between them, his chest pressing against Ghost. Panting, eyes electric, Luke smiles down on his opponent like he's ready to swallow the ghost whole. If that settles it, Luke is breathless, so the fastest driver there is. There's no way to know if he can see the ghost through his helmet, or if Luke is only looking at his own smirking reflection in the black visor. The ghost can feel the heat of Luke's body radiating through his clothes, weird tension that pulls out of their most like loaded springs. Luke's hungry smile and wild eyes and howling need is not for the ghost. What are you waiting for? Luke turns to his gear, the waiting crowd, cars, people that follow him through the tunnel. Turn the fucking music up, it's time to celebrate. Okay. All Luke has to do is hold out his arm. Rudolph feels in the space beside him. Luke pulls his toy close, pulling his body away from the ghost to grab Baby Doll by the hips. Fear shimmers in Baby Doll's eyes as Luke slowly slides. Yeah. This is unfortunate. I thought we would have won if we didn't ram into him, but I guess it doesn't matter either way. We're supposed to lose that. And Baby Doll just seemed sus now. It was already sus, but whatever. Baby Doll glances at the ghost driver one more time, but Luke threads his fingers through his curls and brown hair and pulls his toy in for a kiss. Baby Doll's eyes flash, his breath audibly catching before he lets his lips slide close. Whether it's pleasure or resignation, the ghost doesn't know. Baby Doll's hands find Luke's waist automatically, and all Ghost can do is watch. Luke don't get to touch. Luke breaks the kiss with a flick of his tongue over his scar. There's still a chunk of flesh missing, or is it all filled up with scar tissue now? He grabs the front of the baby doll's shirt in his fist and guides his toy across the asphalt toward his car. The ghost knows the hood is probably running way too hot. Luke always had a problem with letting his coolant stretch too thin. Why should he change his habits now, undefeated as he is? Luke spins baby doll around. He knocked the 12 pounds to kiss him into the trunk of his winning car. They are still thick with the smell of burnt rubber and gasoline, but Luke probably only smells his toy. Yeah. Though he was doing this in front of us. Unfortunate. The fuck is happening? What? They're doing this right in front of... That is insane. That is insane. What the hell? So I feel like Baby Doll pushed us through this the whole time just to... Yeah, I don't even know. That is one, I don't even know what to call it. We'll just call it extra. Two, five, wrong turns. What? Let's make call me. Maybe needs a driver who doesn't back down, but Luke is too dangerous for reckless stunts. I don't even know. There's a gallery too. And of course credits. So this is fake racing. Cool. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. If not, sorry. But if y'all want to try this game, and I guess it's 2 of 5 endings so far. I'm not sure if all 5 endings are available, if that's what that means. If not, I do apologize ahead of time if I misguided you. Yeah. That was wow, I was not expecting that ending. But yeah, is what it is. So hopefully I didn't scroll too fast. If I did, I do apologize. You can always pause. But with that being said, I'm gonna end it here. So hopefully I had a good day. Tuesday and there tomorrow, and I will catch y'all in the next video.